No good thing comes from stone. Let's make this quick. I fear we will find more than the chime inside. The Nahish elders never speak of this place, not even to me. Stay watchful, Biko. I hear something. The chimes. They sing without wind. Just ahead. Kayak, I hate this. Good work, Biko. Let us get back to Brightthroat Village.
Nesting in the wither vault, soiling the chime. My rage quill is engorged.
Be calm, old Shulu. No one wants to see that.
The wind welcomes you, Zuka's friend. You have the remnant chime? Please, settle an old lizard's spines. The beast Zukas mentioned, it did not gnaw or shed water on it, right? Hist be praised. Take the chime to the listening tree and hang it there. When you are ready, clutch this prayer stone and focus. If your cause is just, the Hist will answer. If not, I guess we have to find a better place to bury this chime. Perfect. Now center yourself in the glade and focus the remnant's mystery on the prayer stone. We seek your guidance and ask the blessing of your song. Sap Mother, Bow Father, please hear our petition and speak the remnant's truth. I hear nothing. A tangle of whispers, nothing more.
That can't be. Wait, I hear it, Shuvu. I hear it. The Hist sings the remnant's truth.
Truly? Ha! Ah, little Zukas, I knew you had a chime maker's heart. Come, tell us what you hear.
I am confused. Shuvu is the wisest listener in the tribe. How could he hear nothing when I heard it so clearly? He is very old. Maybe he just needs his ear cavity flushed. Smoke of stars to see what once was seen. Sunless sap to hear what once was heard. A bramble of words. I appreciate the Hist's poetry, but this is not an ideal time for it, I think. I do not know. Hopefully Shuvu can teach me how to decipher the words. It will take time, but I will find you if I learn more. Perhaps friend Famia could help also? Or Cassandra. They both know the marsh's stone secrets. They could prove useful.
Nalpa ajun tun talil, baka sudwasi halil, zuzu bakokta vimlil, totik biko giruslil. Ebok bahat suzalil, uzit utadrot zelil, naga kujun konakal, baste hisal bikomal.
Hello. Cassandra said you'd be here. There's news. Well, you certainly have a spring in your step. Your work with the Bright Throats went well, I take it. Splendid! Following another lead on the Remnant. Or, potential lead. Someone she worked with before she started funding Cyrodiilic collections. I don't know much more. She asked me to tell you to join them when I saw you, so I suppose you should do that. West of here, near that spooky prison. Honestly, I missed most of it. Too preoccupied by her bodyguard. Something about how he looks at me. Gives me the shivers, you know? But we have better things to discuss. What did you learn with Zukis? Ritual Argonian poetry. The words are common, but the meter is all wrong. There's more to it. Missing verses, perhaps? Well, truthfully, Cassandra is the authority on that sort of thing. You should set out. I'll try to dig up a few relevant texts. Smoke and sunless sap. Strange that the Bright Throats Hist would speak in such dour terms. Maybe it describes some dark age. The Alessian incursion of the First Era? Or perhaps a dark age yet to come. Egads, let's hope it's not that. Ugh, I wish I knew. He's just the worst, right? She hired him maybe 6 months ago? I don't think Cassandra's ever received a credible threat to her life, but he's always there, leering at us. Maybe she'll sack him now that you're here. Fingers crossed. Cassandra summoned me. Honestly, it's nice to get out of the office from time to time. Thought I might take in a Tiba Inu match while I'm here. I guess it'll have to wait. I need to get back to Lomoth to research this poem of yours. Oh, they're mostly fine, if a little shaken up. A few of them have sworn off exploring for good. Hard to blame them, I guess. Luckily, Zadaza chose to stay on. She would never let her career end with an abduction. Far too proud for that.
It's no use. Pockets have been picked clean.
You brought hope to the Grey Mire. There is so little for my people. Thank you.
If you've got something to say it to Cassandra. Mud in your ears? I do for Cassandra what you do for Famia. Except I'm better at it. I know Murkmire better than most. Want some advice? Of course you do. Surviving Murkmire isn't about maps or guides or good manners. It's about strength. Strength to do what's necessary. All the time. Yeah, maybe one day you'll get a chance to show me. That could be fun. Someone like me? Huh. Funny. You're funny. Truth is, she came looking for me. Cassandra's got an eye for talent. She wants results. I deliver. Huh. You think I do this for the gold? Of course I don't. And neither do you. You and me, we do what we do. Rich, poor, or in between. Don't act like you're one of these workaday sheep. False modesty's beneath us.
You found us. Good. As you can see, we've met with some difficulty. I apologize for the unsightliness. Were your inquiries in Brightthroat Village fruitful? Murder, apparently. The victim was Hitsasi, a former associate. Not so pleasant or learned as Famia, but still useful in his own way. He traveled in less reputable circles. I had hoped he could shed some light on the blackguard's plans. That is what we are trying to determine. Whatever happened, it was neither clean nor brief. What a waste. If the blackguards came after him, Hitsasi must have known something about the Remnant after all. Look around and see what you can find. What have you found? Show them to me, if you would. Pages torn from Hitsatsi's journal. I do not mean to speak ill of the dead, but I must admit some surprise. He never struck me as someone committed enough to keep a journal. If he knew about the Remnant, this could prove invaluable. So, the Blackguards have learned what we already know. The truth of the Remnant cannot be torn from my Eggkin because they do not know it. Only their tribal relics can provide the answers. How did you learn the Brightthroat's riddle? You see, the voice of the Hist needs a conduit, some physical means of communication. The Blackguards failed to acquire the Brightthroat's chime, but they clearly mean to steal some relic from the Deadwater tribe. Bold. Or spectacularly stupid. Precisely. You know one of the tribe's calls, don't you? Jaxic Orn, if I recall correctly. Find her and plead our case. If the Deadwater tribe has some way of learning more about the Remnant, we need to find it before the Blackguards do. Safe travels. When you've concluded your business with the Deadwater tribe, meet me back at Cyrodiilic Collections headquarters in Lilmuth. We're getting close. I can almost feel it. Please, don't mistake my stoic demeanor for a lack of enthusiasm. All of this is tremendously exciting. But, in answer to your inquiry, yes, the primacy of these relics is a thrilling discovery. It supports a theory of mine about the Hist. Well, I wrote a treatise on the subject some years ago, a brisk 400 pages. But I suppose I can give you a summary. Argonians share a special relationship with their Hist. They hear its will, taste its decrees. Yes, well, that's just it. I can't hear the Hist. When I place my hands on the Hist's bark or rest in the shadow of its boughs, I hear nothing. No whispers, no faint smells or soothing tones. Just silence. Deafening silence. Thank you. I admit the silence troubles me, but do you see? My Eggkin sometimes need intermediaries too. With these antiquities, the chimes, the Deadwater relic, and eventually the Remnant itself, perhaps I'll finally hear something.
Search with your toes, Stibbins. Your toes! An antique Argonian renewal charm. Without one, they'll never let me observe the ritual of renewal. And that's the whole reason I came to this backwater in the first place. Ugh, now, if only Stibbins would stop playing in the mud and find the damn thing. I'll have you know, I paid a lot for that information. But Stibbins is exceedingly slow and requires constant supervision. Why, I can't even spare a moment to look for the hand mirror he lost. Would you mind ever so much finding it for me, please? That hand mirror is a family heirloom. I can't bear the thought of never seeing it again. Oh, in the meantime, I need to keep prodding my manservant. If I give Stibbins even a moment's reprieve, he'll find a way to laze about. He's ever so good at that. I believe it has something to do with Argonian mating habits, but I'm not quite sure. Hence my desire to observe the annual ritual. I have a keen interest in the romantic tendencies of different cultures. Purely on an academic level, you understand. Oh, I've been researching the mating habits of the indigenous races. Fascinating stuff. I plan to write a book. A reference to an Argonian ritual of renewal I came across intrigued me, but the details were vague, so we traveled here to investigate. Why, whatever do you mean? I'm quite sure that if anything untoward happened to my manservant, I'd be the first to know. Besides, Stibbons may seem frail and sluggish, but... I have no idea where I was going with that line of reasoning. He'd have me believe he's doing his job, but I suspect he's using the opportunity to daydream and dawdle. Stibbons probably determined that the charm wasn't down there fairly quickly. Then he decided to relax with a soak in the mud.
I heard Milady ask you to recover her favorite hand mirror. I'll have you know, I only dropped it because that wild beast frightened the hair right off my head. It's a monster. Be ever so careful or it will tear you to ribbons.
Help! I say help! Stibbons has gotten himself stuck fast. I say help! Stibbons has gotten himself stuck fast.
Much thanks. That wasn't as pleasant as you might expect.
A less famous treasure hunter might think the Argonians wanted to foil her efforts to locate a renewal charm. But Lady Laurent is not so easily deterred. We are going to find one of those charms, even if Stibbons has to search the entire swamp. It's used in the mysterious ritual of renewal that one particular tribe of Argonians conducts on an annual basis. Carved from the living root of their history, or so I've been led to believe. They won't let an outsider attend the rite without one. That's hard to say. Mostly because no one will give me a definitive answer. As far as I can tell, it's somehow connected to the tribe's breeding practices. The closest I got was when Many Whispers offered to point me towards a charm. For a price. Gold. An obscene amount, truth be told. Look, Stibbons is reliable, but he has his failings. So many, many failings. Will you accompany him to Many Whispers in the Swallowed Grove? Help him confront the lying Argonian and get me one of those charms? After you and Stibbons confront Many Whispers, meet me at the Lodge of Renewal. It's north of the Brightthroat village, out in the middle of nowhere. Come to think of it, everything out here is in the middle of nowhere. But I'm sure you'll find it. He's an Argonian, a scout of some kind. Knows the swamp like a bear knows honey. Many Whispers was willing to talk to me when so many of his fellows wouldn't give me the time of day. I'm not sure Argonians can tell time, but you get my point. I gave him a small fortune in gold. He may have sent us here in good faith, or he may have tried to cheat me. I will not be fleeced. Besides, as far as I can tell, he is the best scout in the area. If there's a charm to be had, he'll know about it. Get going, Stibbons. And do try to redeem yourself this time.
Right away, milady. Just let me catch my breath. Lady Laurent demands restitution, you jackanapes!
Jackanapes? You must have...
I'm glad you agreed to accompany me. I had a bad feeling about Many Whispers from the first moment we met. Trust isn't something that comes naturally to well-trained manservants. As far as Many Whispers is concerned, he's taken an aggressive interest in visitors investigating objects of historical significance. A good manservant learns how to avoid even the most unpleasant situations. It's what we do. Trust isn't something that comes naturally to well-trained manservants. As far as Many Whispers is concerned, he's taken an aggressive interest in...
Keep your voice low, or you'll awaken every skeleton in the grove. What are you doing down here, by the way? Oh, the dry-skinned shrew. Her manservant has been bending my frill in a most unpleasant manner. Understand, I pointed her toward one possible location. I never said she would definitely find a charm in that puddle of mud. Lied? Oh, not in so many words, no. I sold her hope, which she seemed to desperately need at the time. Look, if she really wants a renewal charm, I just so happen to have one. Would you like to make a trade? Well, let me think about that. If I had just sold her the charm up front, she never would have given me gold to point her toward the mud puddle, and then you wouldn't be here willing to negotiate another deal. Next question. I need a key. A specific key, in fact. One that opens a hidden strongbox in Gideon. My associate, Myrdamir, has it. Unfortunately, he died. Down in this cave, to be precise. Find the key, bring it to me, and the renewal charm is yours. Find my poor associate's dead body, and get the key to his strongbox. I'll wait here, and make sure the renewal charm Lady Laurent is so desperate to get her hands on remains safe and sound. Carved from Histwood, our tribe uses the charm to determine who can participate in our annual rite of renewal. I wish I could tell you more, but there are some secrets even I won't divulge. I hope you understand. My poor associate, Myrdamir. He was like a root brother to me. He came down here and got himself killed. It's only fair that I claim his few worldly possessions. I just need to recover the key to his strongbox from his cold, dead body. manservant isn't looking so well. I don't think the humidity of Murkmire agrees with him. But let's get down to business. Were you able to recover? The manservant isn't looking so well. I don't... Not to worry. A deal's a deal. Here's the renewal charm that the manservant's mistress has been so anxious to get her hands on. Now you can all stop pestering me. If you don't mind, I have a strongbox to unlock.
I'm considering planting mushrooms here. The old wreck provides ample shade, and the trickle of rain lasts many days longer under its leaky trunk. There would be the risk of it all coming down on my head. But once, I think, Sithis tired of it and returned it to the trees. The Changer is boundless in its creativity, yes. I do not, but I saw Amlai guiding a Malil to the ridge above. Imperials seem to have interest in such things. You'll have to go through the sunken bulwark east of here to get up there. Do not pay too steep a price for your curiosity.
Get back! You are not one of her thralls. No, you do not smell like them. Quickly, you must help me. I only barely escaped her clutches, but my root sisters and brothers were not so lucky. Every moment we delay will be measured in innocent blood. Shulzaltse devours the sun, High Priestess of the Teeth. She has many names, all of them spoken softly. She has returned from dusk to reclaim her temple, and we are the offering she makes for Sithis' favor. Yes, what blood she does not drink is spilled on the altars of the temple. For what purpose, I do not know. But many have died for the sake of her terrible rituals. Shulzaltse must be stopped. The priestess holds them in the teeth of Sithis. Use the tunnel beneath the waterfall to reach the Zanmirs on the ridge above. We will regroup at the top of the western Zanmir once you've found the others. I only know that we were kept in the chambers beneath the twin Zanmirs. If anyone is still alive, that's where they will be found. Be cautious. They will be guarded by those Shulzaltse has enthralled. They overwhelmed us with ease. We were custodians of the Teeth of Sithis. Though it does not serve the same purpose it was built for, it is no less sacred. When the pitiful souls under the High Priestess's sway came to defile it, we resisted them, but her power was too much. Her way is the old way, from before the fall. We were less mindful of the cycle of change and gave only to the void. When the Hist revealed the true path to us, she chose to break the branch of her bond rather than turn back, or so the story goes. It is. The tale of Shulzaltse's betrayal and fall is a reminder not to stray from the guiding boughs of the Hist. I thought the lesson was embellished for effect, but it seems the only exaggeration was her demise. The story said she was cast down and entombed far from the roots of the Hist, never to return. But every spine on my body tells me the twisted creature that bathes in the blood of my fellows is Shulzaltse.
You come to drain the sap from me again, but I have little left to offer your master. When the last of us are bled dry, it will be you who quenches her endless thirst. It does not matter. We are too entangled in the rotting roots of our past to flee from it. They have spread far and wide, unnoticed beneath the surface, and now that they have broken into the light, it is too late. So what would you have me do?
Can't get enough of this fine vintage, huh? Well, you're cut off. Come any closer and I'll bash your fangs in. He got out? Slippery skink, that one. Well, what are you waiting for? Set me loose, so I can give these bloodsuckers a good thunk right in their pointy teeth.
I am grateful the Hist has guided you all to me, but is this everyone you were able to find? So far, yes. I found nothing in the eastern Zanmir but the priestess's thralls and the reek of mingling blood. Whoever was there has already been taken to bleed on the temple's teeth, or her own. She will find others. Before the fall, Shuzaltse drenched the teeth of Sithis with sacrificial blood from dawn to dusk. As the thing she has become, her need is greater now, and so is her power. I can feel it coursing through this temple. Like the blood spilled here begins to pulse through dead stone. The beating of this temple's heart is slow, but it echoes through the void. She is calling to Sithis. We cannot let her be heard. I fear what Shuzaltse has begun may not be undone by her death alone. We must stop her ritual and forever silence this temple to the old ways. Destroy the altars. Only then can we be certain the High Priestess will not get what she wants. They have stood too long already. They stand for a Sithis that is no longer or never was. It seeks change. Whether that change is good for us is for it to decide. Shuzaltse was not cast down for simply clinging to the old ways. She forsook this world. Her prayers of appeasement became invitations for destruction.
I believe she has returned to finish what she started when the tribes rose up to stop her. To cast this world into darkness. To see the Hist wither and die. To sow destruction until the great serpent returns us all to the void. Shuzaltse returned from beyond the grip of death for this purpose. Who knows what is within her power? Some may be faithful to her as a priestess of Sithis, but I think most fell victim to her power. After the Black Rose riots destroyed the prison, there would have been no shortage of outlaws wandering the swamps for her to prey upon. The Rose was built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. Built upon ruins. The Hist only knows what was buried beneath. But if anything was to stir Shuzaltse from her grave, the bloodshed of the prison riots would be it. But we have more dire concerns. Sithis will be safe until we get aid from the tribes.
So, we're not going back? Give them a good bash ourselves?
I would rather gather support in Lilmoth. Get some rest. Maybe a warm meal.
I bet Sithis would want a bash.
Right now, I am strongly considering it. The temple seems quieter, and the spines of fear and dread lie flat again. It is done, isn't it? Then the last remnants of the old ways have finally been shed, and the story of Shuzaltse ends as it was always meant to, with a new beginning. We are grateful for your help. The Hist were wise to guide you to us. Shuzaltse fought against tides of change longer than we can know. But in the end, the old always gives way to the new. May she finally find peace in the void. Though dead, the husk of the old ways still hangs over our temple. We three will go to Lilmoth and beseech the tribes to help Sithis cast off these remnants. If their warriors scour our temple clean, we will return. Then we were not meant to be there, and we will take our teachings elsewhere, another lesson wiser. May your struggles crumble.
Tell me, is it a dry skin custom to come gawk at this wreck? It is a lump of rotting wood. Not even good for burning anymore, yet Ojel always asks to come. I will take their coin and put it to better use. A better question would be why anyone would care. It is the rotten husk of a dead tree. The fact its shape is different does not make it any less useless. Perhaps it was shaped by the dreams of the Hist and fell from the sky. Or perhaps this tree simply desired a headdress. Does knowing either change that it is now a tangle of soggy sticks? If you want to play guessing games, speak to the dry skin. swamp today. It is not possible. You do not even possess a renewal charm.
Look, here they come now.
Even so, no outsider has ever participated in our sacred rite.
You talk to her. Maybe she'll understand your less refined use of the language.
You are the outsider bending the reeds in Lilmoth? The one who destroyed Azanmir? I imagined you would be taller. Still, there is nothing you can say to change my mind. Not even for the loud Dryskin who thinks the sun shines just for her. I suppose one outsider could be permitted to take part in the ritual of renewal. Of course, the preparations required are extensive. To prepare for the renewal rite, the Us, one must align their three primal essences: blood, bile, and mind. With the renewal charm in hand, one must endure the bite of a hummerwing, drink the venom of a snake, and meditate beneath a waterfall. If an outsider were to do these things, and demonstrate a true desire to learn more about our culture, I would not turn them away. The rites of the Saxhleel, they are not meant to be shared with outsiders. I advise against riding this current, but I will honor our agreement. Once one of you fulfills the requirements of preparation, we will begin the ritual of renewal. No, the ritual is sacred, and not something we discuss or talk about outside the confines of the Renewal Lodge. If you are the one to complete the preparations, you will learn about the ritual soon enough. The ritual embodies the concept of the Us, the sacred mating practices of our tribe. Just as the plants and animals of the swamp renew their numbers with the turn of each new season, so too do we enter the lodge and renew our tribe.